So hello, good afternoon everyone. Good afternoon. We're just waiting for others na mag-join. Kasi 25 pa lang tayo, yes. Hello sa 25 na viewers. Tari Vlog. So ayun, good afternoon everyone. I am Jimwel de Guzman, the current president of UAPGA Santa Mesa Manila chapter, which is a duly recognized graduate arm of UAP, or United Architects of the Philippines, which aims to which commits to continue the professional development of BS architecture graduates who have not taken and passed the architecture licensure exam. So for now, we currently have 31 viewers. Napakarami. Padamihin pa natin. So ayun, so as everyone knows, yung PRC nag-decide sila na i-postpone na yung architect licensure exam for the month of, supposedly for this January 2020. It was postponed. Um, May. Yes. This was postponed due to what's happening now, the COVID-19 nga, the lockdown. And it was rescheduled on October 31 and November 1st of this year pa rin, if I'm not mistaken. So, but even with the postponement po, we will be still continuing to conduct and provide online lecture series sa abot po ng aming makakaya. Yes, para po makatulong kami sa inyo. And i-take na din namin yung opportunity na lahat tayo nasa safe place natin, sa comfort areas natin. Makapag-focus tayo sa review dahil mahaba-habang reviewan pa po yun until October. And yes, we now have 33 viewers. Siguro hintay tayo na sana maka-100. Hintay lang tayo ng konti, guys. So, kumusta? Kumusta po kayong lahat? Anong pinagkakaabalahan niyo po ngayong lockdown? Aside from, I know, yung iba sa atin nagwo-work from home. So, hello. So, for today, we will be having architect Christian Vasquez from UAP Dubai. So, hintay-hintay lang tayo guys kasi maganda yung topic niya. He will be sharing with us some of his experiences from his previous mentors. And hindi lang siya basta mentor, mga kilalang mentor siya. And some of his colleagues or the people he worked with. So ayan, 43 na. And it's already 1:14 PM sa akin. So okay naman po ba yung reception ng sound ko? Okay naman yung mic? Ganito pala yung feeling na walang kinakausap. Wah! Usapin niyo naman ako sa comment. Sa joke. Joke lang. Okay naman. Vlogger. Ganito pala feeling na magpaka-vlogger. So ayun, while waiting, in line with the part 2 po of our online blueprint, Ohana, we would like to inform you that our voluntary cash donations will still be accepted through GCash and bank transfers, and that all proceeds will be given to our recipient, to our next recipient, which is the Animal Rescue PH. Guys, tulungan natin yung Animal Rescue PH kasi para sa hindi nakakaalam, it is run by a married couple, sobrang simple lang nung pamumuhay nila, and to think na nagkaroon sila ng magandang puso to adopt stray cats and dogs, and ayun, dahil nga sa COVID medyo affected sila, hindi lang yung mismong couple, and pati na rin yung mga stray cats and dogs natin. Also, medyo hindi nagiging sapat yung um, income or kinikita nila para to support ayun nga, yung mga rescued animals natin. Kasi if napanood nyo na yung in-upload naming or shinare naming video sa page, yung na-feature siya sa Jessica Soho, I think, or from one of a documentary sa GMA7. Sobrang simple lang ng pamumuhay nila. Yung mga rescued cats nila, kasama lang nila sa bahay, ganyan. And parang more than 100 na sila. Ayun. Kaya napili namin to kasi sobrang lapit sa puso naming officers yung mga um, animals, at just mga stray cats and dogs, kasi ayun nga, sila yung parang kumbaga pinakakawawa kasi hindi sila parang bibihira sa atin, or bibihira yung mga couple na naglalakas loob or may puso na mag-adapt sa kanila. To think na hindi naman sila ganun how to say this ba? Hindi naman ganun kaluwag, or kaluwag yung kanilang pamumuhay, pero still nag-adapt pa rin sila. So I guess we're ready na. We have 45 viewers as of now. So sana dumami pa. Invite pa rin kayo, guys. So ayun, again, I am Jimel de Guzman, the current president of UAPGA Santa Mesa Manila chapter. So um, to start, we'll be streaming with us Miss Nina Custodio, our chapter executive director for program and affairs for the invocation. So ilalive na natin si Nina.
Hi guys. So let's start our invocation. Let us put ourselves in the loving presence of the Lord all together. Heavenly Father, we thank you every day in these trying times. Amidst the pandemic, we are gratefully alive and well together with our loved ones. We humbly hope for the success of today's lectures, that our respected speaker may impart their knowledge to our viewers as a push in achieving their meaning in life. We hope that we could help the animals in need, those that are rescued or are in disputes, who are of no owner or friends to feed them to destination drive. May we also find peace within the chaos of ourselves. Father, please fill our hearts with brighter flames as we become instruments of your kindness, humility, and love. We know that with you, we are stronger and braver to face the unknown. Alone we can do great things, but together we can do anything. But for whatever we may strive for, let your will be done. Amen.
So at this moment, we will be having Miss Jasmine Pizarro, the UAPGA National President, for her opening remarks.
Hello. A pleasant afternoon to each and every one of you. It is with great honor to welcome everyone in this online event offered by the UAPCA Santa Mesa chapter. First of all, I would like to thank the Santa Mesa chapter, led by their president, Sir Jimuel de Guzman, for giving me this opportunity to officially open their online event, Blueprint Ohana Part 2. For the past 15 years, the United Architects of the Philippines Graduate Auxiliary, UAPGA, has been an aid for all architecture graduates around the nation. As a duly recognized graduate arm of the United Architects of the Philippines, the UAP, the national organization has been known to provide assistance, services, and orientations to prepare architecture graduates as they enter the vast world of the profession. Through seminars and workshops for starting professionals, and generally helps the new graduates step into the professional field of architecture. Despite our current situation, the organization has been active towards the nationwide pandemic, using the org status and voice as an opportunity to contribute and serve in any way we can to our country. The Santa Mesa chapter is one of the many chapters of UAPGA that is active during this pandemic, serving the architecture graduates and also the people in need. Truly, this is the true essence of the organization's long campaign, Service Without Recognition. In behalf of the UAPGA National, I would like to congratulate the Santa Mesa chapter officers for successfully conducting this online review, providing all architecture graduates an opportunity to learn despite our current situation. Not only that, you guys have also managed to conduct a donation drive as well to different beneficiaries of our country. This is such an innovative and impressive way of combining both aspects into one event. I would also like to take this opportunity to encourage you all to please donate whatever you can to their current beneficiary, the Animal Rescue Philippines located at Tondo, Manila. As the Santa Mesa chapter have said, quote unquote, if you can't adopt, donate. If you can't donate, volunteer. And if you can't volunteer, advocate. Let every one of your friends and relatives know that the animals also need our help. Again, thank you to all participants who are supporting this event, and thank you to all the well esteemed lecturers for giving their time to help us widen our knowledge despite this pandemic. Thank you to the Santa Mesa chapter as well for this opportunity. I hope you enjoy the online review and stay safe.
Thank you so much po, Miss Jasmine Pizarro, Ate Jazz. As of the moment, sa akin, we have 51 viewers, so I guess we're ready na. So, let's have Miss Aline Tongko for the introduction of our speaker.
Good afternoon. Our speaker for today acquired his bachelor's degree in architecture from Far Eastern University in 2004. Soon after graduation, he worked at Palafox Associates in Makati, where he was trained and mentored by architect Felino Palafox Jr. In 2010, he founded Architect Gives Back, a charity program which helps to send less fortunate children to school in the Philippines. He is also the first recipient of the 2016 Young Architect of the Year Future Cities Awards. On July 2017, he is the first country UAE representative to the Council of Tall Buildings and Urban Habitat, or CTBUH, an international body that serves the field of tall buildings and sustainable urban design. In the 18 years of his professional career, he has worked on hundreds of projects ranging from retail shops and housing projects to large-scale towers and resorts, as well as hotels and master plan developments. Currently, he is the PR and Business Development Executive of National Engineering Bureau, a consultancy firm providing exceptional and innovative solutions in design, construction supervision, and construction management located in Dubai. This year, NEB has been ranked top 40 on the world's top 100 architectural practices by building design. As one of the chartered architects who brought the United Architects of the Philippines in Dubai, Architect Vasquez is the current president of the organization with over 500 Filipino registered licensed architects from 486 companies in the UAE. Let's all welcome our speaker for today, our global Filipino architect, to discuss an engagement lecture from his mentors, Architect Christian Vasquez, UAP, Lead AP, International Associates of AIA.
The United Architects of the Philippines, UAP 124, is the keeper of the best, upholds educational professional standards, and is the voice of our profession. And our hope, this great house, is the envy of other professions.
Enjoy the night together and we'll celebrate all the successes or commiserate for the near misses. But at the end of the night, we're all here to enjoy ourselves. So everyone have fun.
Thank you so much. Congratulations to all the winners. I'll see you the next fiscal year. Salamat! Hello, good afternoon, you Apga. I'm Christian Vasquez and I'm streaming live here in Dubai. So, yes, we are going live. Thank you for attending our session. We're gonna settle down in 1 to 2 minutes just to let people go online. And if you happen to be online, by the way, please share your hi and hellos to the comment section. Uh, Type in what you had for lunch in the comment section. Just so we can check if you are hearing me clearly. So just say hi and hello, and I'll start greeting one by one once we gets in. Hello to Roel. Hello. Yes, Dean Jocelyn Rivera. Good afternoon po. Maraming salamat for inviting me here. Yes, Jihad. I saw Jihad Di Masilaw. Good afternoon. Hello, sir. Kamusta ang lockdown sa Pilipinas? Well, here in Dubai, medyo nag-iis na yung lockdown namin dito. So, we are permitted to go out na din. But of course, still, meron pa rin distancing. Yes, Jessa May Tapang. Hello po. Hi. Hello. Maraming salamat for tuning in. Mariel Garcia. Hello. 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 Share. I just want to say also hi to Cherilyn Concepcion. Kamusta? And to Kelly Magbanwa. Yeah. Wow, sobrang active dito group na to ah. Yes, Elaine, Patrice, Jose, John Paul Rodriguez, Christian Oliver. Nina said, munggo po ang ulam namin for lunch. Wow, I miss that, munggo. Roella Reyag, Soraya Dimalna. Hello, hello, hello. Well, it's like 10 o'clock a.m. here in Dubai. So wala pa kami lunch. I just had my coffee. And yes, Soraya. Yes, hello. So yeah, okay, we are ramping up our numbers. And yes, this is a very active group. Christian Pasilbelo, Yasmin Macaro. Good afternoon. Good afternoon to everybody. All right. So the reason why we are doing this, guys, well, of course, in the next few weeks, okay, our or the next few months, we all know that our economy and political landscape are all going to change, perhaps permanently. And so if you look into your LinkedIn or Messenger or WhatsApp here in Dubai, a lot of people either they've been laid off or they've been rotating to a different type of job. Some are deciding to have their own firm or business after this. And we all know that it's going to be tough road ahead. So in order for us to equip ourselves um, on what that tough road ahead of us, it's best way for us to be prepared ahead of time. If you guys are good to start, can you please send me some hearts? I'll be happy to see that. And the more hearts I see, uh, the more energy I get from those hearts. So yeah, I'll be happy to please send some hearts, and we can probably start saying, I see a lot of hearts now. All right, all right, all right. Maraming salamat sa mga hearts. Buti na lang walang angry ano dito. Yes, maraming salamat. All right. So, I think I keep looking on that side. It's. Thank you, Ayla, for the heart. Gia, thank you. Thank you, Bob Jocelyn, D Jocelyn. Maraming salamat. And Kelly. All right. So, I think we're good to start. Uh, yes. I need to share my slide. Just bear with me. All right. All right. Thank you. Okay. First of all, thank you to UAPGA Santa Mesa, and welcome to our online blueprint Ohana. 4.0. It's a project of UAPGA Santa Mesa in partnership with Animal Rescue PH. This project aims to gauge your level of preparedness prior to taking the ALE, and at the same time to support our stray cats and dogs, which are also affected by COVID-19 pandemic. So, hearts, see a lot of hearts. May ABS-CBN hearts pa dun, ah. All right. I am Christian Romulo Vasquez, and I am from the UAP 124 Dubai. It's the 124th chapter of the United Architects of the Philippines. We have a total of 500 members from 487 different companies. And we also do online talks consistently, so that's UAP Dubai. We're constantly doing our events and stuff in the IMAX Mall Cinema. We have a very engaged membership here. We also do UAP Dubai Awards, the first ever design-oriented awards of the UAP Dubai, with the prominent jury from Patrick Schumacher, the partner of Zahadid, from Daniel Libskin's office, Karim, we have Royal Pineda and Palafox as well. Yes, we do UAP 124 Dubai live session constantly. We have the UAP 124 Dubai Live Kamustahan series. We have the Balik Pinas series and Life After Dubai series. You can check our Facebook page at UAP 124 LLC. And then this is our Instagram page, UAP 124 LLC as well. And then our YouTube channel, we are streaming also live in the UAP 124 Dubai chapter page. So please subscribe if you want to see more of our online talks. We had our Balik Pinas talk the other week, I think, is where our colleague from the Philippines discuss about how to set up their own firm, how's the struggle, how's the market in the Philippines, and then we had last week our colleagues from Australia. We discussed on how's their situation there. How's the preparation in migrating to Australia, to Sydney and Canberra, how much it costs and stuff. So yeah, that's one of our series. And then later tonight, if you happen to be available, please join us with our live conversation with architect Pelino Palafox, and we're going to discuss about what it might mean to design for a world that will never be quite the same. So that's tonight at 7 p.m. Manila time. Yes, we take pride of being recognized as the professional organization of architects in Dubai. We take pride of representing the Filipino architects in the international stage. We take pride that other international organizations like the AIA Middle East, the American Institute of Architects Middle East, RIBA, the Royal Institute of British Architects, and then the International Institute of Architects of Australia, and the Council of Tall Buildings and Urban Habitats are all partnering with UAP 124 Dubai with our series of program and advocacy to the profession. Now, just a little bit of who I am. Oh, well, of course, no need for me uh, to discuss this one. So this is me. Um, yeah. All right. Prepare to engage in this activity spread across the session. So we will be having this comment time. I may be asking you guys to type something in the comment section. Please be active and listen to some of the questions. We are, um, uh, of course, allotting time for the Q&A later on. Thank you so much, Via, for the heart. Christine, Judy, Josie, Jessa, Sheena, Mariel, maraming salamat po. And yeah, we're going to start with our comment time. So I want to hear the mood and sentiments here in this group. So it's time for our comment time. Now, where do you see yourself 5 years from now? A, Philippines. B, abroad. So yeah, there's like 30 seconds delayed from the FB live. So yes, let's just wait for some of the answer. B, abroad. Jimwell Jihad said A, Philippines. Elia B, Mario B, Judy B, Jessa A, Kelly A. So it's like a mix. Nikki A, Christian B. Viva said B. Okay, we have Lovino said B. Vimasilao, Pilipinas, of course. Mariel Garcia A, Christine Sheila B, John Paul B, Roger, Rohel Santos A, Nina Raimundo B, Josie A. So it's a mix. Some people see self 5 years from now outside the Philippines, and some will stay. Uh, yeah. Why? Why I ask this question? You will. We can check back that later as we go along with our session. Now, my presentation is divided into two parts. Okay, but before we go to the my first presentation, I just want to share you and inspire you guys because you are UAPGAS, so you are aspirants and you are preparing yourself to take your licensure examination in the Philippines. So just to inspire you guys, I just want to share with you the oath-taking ceremony, some of the videos of oath-taking ceremonies we had here last year. So let me just share with you, and then we'll start my first presentation after this.
Passing the board exam is like a victory that I've been waiting for so long. September 17, 2019, architect licensure examination result was released. I really didn't believe it at first, but when the greetings online flooded, I immediately called my parents to announce the good news. Telling it to them and hearing their response was the best days of my life that I would forever remember.
First time I'm joining an oath-taking ceremony, but first, congratulations to all 59 architects! The architecture profession is a bellwether of national development. How strong our thrust towards building a professional base of highly competent and globally recognized architects makes our country a precursor to what we had called development.
Winston Churchill's epic statement, "We shape our buildings, and afterwards, our buildings shape us," is a fantastic observation of the architectural phenomenon. Architects shape lives. As our new registered licensed architects, the UAP 124 Dubai will work with you to promote architecture's environmental, economic, and social value, supports innovative practice, and strengthen our engagement with the diverse world we shape. Together with our National President, Architect Benjamin Panganiban Jr., we agreed that the time is now to change the way we think and behave in order to shape our future. To become a more valued, relevant, global Filipino architects in the Middle East, I encourage each one of you, our priorities too, elevate public awareness in promoting and protecting the profession, create and expand the sharing of knowledge and expertise to ensure a prosperous future for the Filipino architects. Para sa mga ilang araw ng pagpupuyat, pagtitiis, sakripisyo at pagsisikap, para sa ating mga pamilya at kaibigan na walang sawang sumusuporta sa atin, para sa mga oras at dedikasyon ng ating mga mentors, para sa mga susunod na hamon ng buhay, at para sa UAP 124 Dubai, mabuhay! Cheers!
Pinoy Bulletin.
Ito panawagan sa mga Filipino aspiring architects na nakabase dito sa Dubai at sa Sharjah na gustong to take na ditong foreign licensure examination para sa mga arkitekto ngayong Agosto next year.
Sa dinami-daming tao na nagtatrabaho dito sa gitnang silangan, paano mo kaya malalaman na mayroong isang Pilipino na nangangarap na maging rehistrado at lisensyadong arkitekto? Kung titignan natin, merong napag-iwanan na ng panahon, nalihis sa propesyon, halos katatapos na ng pagsasanay, o nasawi sa pag-ibig, binaling na lang sa pag-aaral. At meron ding hindi pinalad sa unang pagkakataon. May iba't iba man sitwasyon o dahilan Pero ang pinakamalaga sa lahat, hindi pa rin sila sumuko. Nagpatuloy pa din sila para makamit ang pangarap. Pero paano nga kaya kung minsan lang dumarating ang pagkakataon na ito? Papalagpasin mo pa ba? Kahit nasa harapan mo na.
All right, I'm back, and then yes, nakaka-inspire, di ba? We here in Dubai, we already produce like 800 registered licensed architect dito sa Dubai, and I'm proud to say na it's really working, and ganyan din yung nangyayari sa UAPCA, and and we can't thank enough sa mga ating mga mentors, and then sa ating mga volunteer leaders na nag organize ng mga ganitong review session, and that's for free. All right, so I'll start now with my presentation. The first one, it's the COVID-19 may change us permanently. What are we expecting in the next few weeks or few months? Well, one, more online transaction. Two, the use of digital meetings. A lot of you guys who are currently working from home are probably into Zoom now, GoToMeeting, Teams, etc. with regards to coordination and client meeting. Number three, awareness on PQ. What's PQ? It's the preparedness quotient. This is the new trending now, which means the ability of a person to be prepared for health, to be prepared for future disasters, or prepared for future skills that might change in the future. Now, why these three are very important, guys? Well, it means that the one who will get through are those individuals who are well versed in using technology in all aspects of work. Now, hindi na enough ngayon yung certain skills, or CAD, Revit, BIM and stuff. You need to be more diverse, lalo na ngayon dahil we are now into a digital era, and because of this COVID as well, we are forced to be remotely working now. Also, this is the question: are you good in remote relationship? We all used to, on the face-to-face relationship, but now that everybody is into digital or virtual meeting, you need now to learn how to communicate with people virtually. You need to have a good level of confidence to communicate with them or to manage your team remotely. This also means that you need to learn, and you need to have a good level of creating the amount of visibility that even your boss or your client doesn't see you every day. You need to make your presence felt. Ito na ngayon yung panahon para maging bibo. The thing is, if you're good with what you are doing, pero silent type ka on the side, sa office, yes. I mean, they can see you produce stuff and work, and then they can see you in the office. But if you're working remotely, pag hindi ka napapansin, or if you're not really visible, and then parang hindi ka na napapansin ng boss mo or ng client mo and stuff. So you need to learn to be, to communicate virtually now with other people. And also, have you trained your heart and mind to be resilient? How's your mental health? That's very important. Now that we are experiencing the pandemic in this period, for sure you will have this notion that in your mind, to be ready on any pandemic or disasters or in the future. I hope not. So these are the things that we are expecting in the next few weeks or months. Now, just be aware, but not anxious. There's a big difference of being prepared and hoarding. Now, here are some strategies on how you can be resilient or adapting on what's going to happen in the next few weeks or months. You need to stretch on your technology quotient. Technology quotient, guys. Normally, you guys are constantly checking on YouTube, Netflix, Facebook, Instagram, what else? TikTok. Yeah, that's fine. You are connected in the digital world, but are there any other platform that you are checking? Now, you see, because a lot of our economy, let me just check. Okay, yeah. So a lot of our economy is going to shift now to a more intense online activities. We need to push ourselves more and study other things, like we need to have everybody in the Philippines knows Lazada, Shopee, uh, Grab, Amazon, etc. Some of you guys might not be using those platforms, but you may not need them, but a majority of the companies will going to use them in the future. So you need to be aware of those things. On job hunting, LinkedIn. I know some of my colleagues still doesn't have their LinkedIn profile up to now. So as early as now, in case things doesn't go well, it's better to prepare yourself ahead of time and start updating your profile constantly. You may also check Glassdoor. Glassdoor. It's like the trip advisor for jobs. It's a site where people tend to compare what's happening on every organization or firms. The culture, what's the culture in that office, or the workload in that company. So that's also one of the things that I suggest for you to check on too. Now, you also need to be familiarized with file organization like Google Form or Google Drive. We are going to see more paperless economy. More and more people are being comfortable of exchanging documents online. Now, communications. You need to know how to use Skype, Zoom, GoToMeetings, etc., which will allow you to communicate with others remotely. From time to time, probably the companies now will look to individuals or job seekers who are really, well versed and know how to use this stuff. And also, I want you guys to expand your network beyond your comfort zone. What do I mean by this? This is where networking is really, really important. Networking, hindi yan yung parang kape-kape tayo, network and stuff. And it is the art of building connection with others to enable one's professional growth. A lot of people think that networking is like, I'll scratch your back, you scratch mine, but networking is beyond that. Networking is the ability to foresee that I would like to share with you my capabilities and my skill, because in the future you might need me or I might need you. Networking is not only collecting business cards. No, you need to sustain it. You need to make that connection. Now, bigyan ko kayo ng mga strategies on how to broaden your network. Of course, the events, conferences, networking, LinkedIn groups, and Facebook group, which relates to your industry, to our industry, and you really need to broaden your network. Now, a lot of you guys, kung meron kayong mga disagreement, especially, let's use Facebook. If you have a lot of hindi pagkaka unawaan sa Facebook, sa mga nangyayari sa Pilipinas ngayon, and then you unfriend that person and stuff, you can just unmute them because you're losing your connections or your network later on. So as much as possible, don't burn bridges. Maraming nangyayari about this networking. I can tell you the story for my second part later on how to broaden your network. Now, I will. That's all. All the things that I said are by recommendation, and that's what I am predicting of what's going to happen in the next few weeks and few months. So that's just a preface of my first part of my presentation. So I will pause for another commercial break, and then we'll go now to the second part, which is about my story. Mas maganda kung kasi mas gusto ko surprise eh. So yeah, let's pause for a break and then I'll be back soon. And maraming salamat dun sa mga naka-tune in ngayon, sa mga nagbigay ng hearts. And then yeah, I'll see you later.
Architects, as per the pre-registered, we have 348 pre-registered attendees for this afternoon. So, sobrang salamat sa suporta nyo. Being a global Filipino architect is not just you are global international here. You are also locally competitive.
Yung karton ng hihinayang ilapon. Di ba, magagamitan pa yan, lagay. So nakikita mo, nag-accumulate na yung karton. Maayos naman, pero eyesore. Di ba? At sino nakikinabang doon? Yung mga first class na ibis. Okay? Get house yun eh.
All right, I'm back, and then this is my second part of my presentation. So, are you still with me? Uh, Thumbs up naman dyan, no? If you're ready for my second part of my presentation. Yeah, let's wait. There's like 20 seconds delayed in the FB live. Now, um, ito ngayon yung ating I need you guys to use your imagination while I tell you this story. So I see more likes, yes. Villa Blanca, likes, salamat. Yes. Miss Jessa, yeah, Nikki, salamat sa likes. All right. So, yes, let's start. Thank you, Dean. Elaine, salamat. And Kelly, Banwa, Mariel. All right. I need you to use your imagination in this, okay? Now, let's start. I want you to come with me in an office room at Sukal Bahar, downtown Burj Khalifa in the year 2008. You open the door and you see a black marble flooring. Inside is a huge white desk directly into the middle. The room smells vanilla and sandalwood coming from a lady in her mid-50s. Her cell phone set to vibrate, persistently buzzed on the table, but she mostly ignored it. Next to it is a Prada sunglasses and a red Chanel clutch. Sitting across her is a 26-year-old man in an oversized red necktie, which he thought was fashionable at that time. So, you came from a family of architects, huh? She asked. The young man replied with a smile and a nod. Why Dubai? I mean, why are you here in Dubai? What's in Dubai that everybody wants? She asked again. The two have been working on a project in Port Ghalib, Egypt, which was commissioned by a real estate developer in Dubai. Without a blink, the young man replied, Dubai is like a blank sketchpad for architects like us. You can design whatever you want and build it. It's very unlikely in the Philippines where every square meter counts. I couldn't even imagine myself presenting some of the floor plans here to my college professors. I'll be dropped dead right away. I see your point. You mentioned college. How is it? How's it like to study architecture in the Philippines? She further asked. Well, you see, we were trained by our professors to be creative yet practical. Waste space is a big no. We were trained as if our first client will be our relatives who want something unique with a very tight budget. And especially when it comes to our fees. We are that prepared, he said. You may not know, but your professor taught you more than architecture, right? She continued. Oh, yes. I learned the art of patience, perseverance, persistence. They always push us to our limits. Little did the young man know that she was teaching at numerous institutions like Harvard and Yale University. The workshop ended from a 3-day session with a client where the young man works and she needs to go back to her London's office as her initial work was done. 4 years later, the young man received a package from London, a WMF cutlery set that was designed by her with a note, I remember your mom loves to collect cutlery set. Give it to your mom. The young man was astonished the way she remembered the small conversation they had. On March 31st, 2016, she died of a heart attack in a Miami hospital. Her name was Zahadid. I have been blessed to work, meet, and be mentored by some of the best architects of our time. From Zahadid, Chun Chen-pei, Carlos Ott, Bjarke Ingels, Santiago Calatrava, Daniel Lipskins, to Norman Foster. So sit back and relax as I share with you some of the behind the scenes conversations, ideas, concepts, and some thoughts that I learned from the people I met along the way that fuel my path forward. My father is an architect. His brother Toppy and Freddie are both architects. My grandfather wanted to be an architect. Some of my cousins are also architects. So, do you think I have a choice? It runs through our vein. There are two types of Vasquez in our clan, side A and side B. Side A are the extreme ones, the loud ones, the sociable ones, or some people might say flamboyant or mayabang. Side B are the shy type, or in other words, introvert. The side A Vasquez created this term. On whatever you do or decide or present to a client, you Vasquezize it. You need to bring your A game. I injected this term not just in my head, but in my heart. When I saw the UAP headquarters entry of my Uncle Topi, I told myself he Vasquezized it. He did a night shot 3D perspective, which was very seldom used at that time. A very clever move, I must say. When I did my scale model for my thesis project, I wanted to make it different. And the idea of having it tinted covered to make it a night mode scene, I wanted to present my final floor plan engraved in a glass sheets. That's crazy. When we are about to propose our thesis project, our thesis advisor asked us this question. Today, that questions helped me get new clients. That questions helped me close a deal. That questions motivates me. That question applies to everything I do. How can I make myself stand out? The question that helped me landed to my first job at Palafox Associates. One of the best advice that June Palafox gave me was to make a snapshot of my future in 5 years, 10 years, 15 years. Where do you see yourself? What are your goals? It helps me a lot in terms of making sure in everything I do has a purpose. He's the one who told me if I can put all the letters in the alphabet after my name, do it. He even told me to travel the world, and continuing education is a must. That will make me a globally competitive person. He's a great mentor. We are professionals serving other professionals. It's a philosophy more than just a slogan. Although I'm only using 40% of his PR and marketing power, I must say I owe him big time for molding me as a true professional. Preparing yourself to be globally competitive takes a lot of guts. Being globally competitive architect is not just how great your designs are, but how you sell yourself. PR and marketing, branding. Palafox told me that in his first job, he makes sure he buys one suit per year. So he advised me to do the same. I need to invest on that. Apparently, I Vasquezize it, especially at Dubai Shopping Festival. When I went to Dubai 12 years ago, my managing director, Alex Chakar, warned me about Dubai. He said that Dubai is like a fountain. It will give you everything you want, but it will take it away from you. It was an eye opener for me. Aside from the experience, what are the things that Dubai cannot get it back from me when I go back to the Philippines? Yala, connections, network, and of course, my name. In every conferences and awards night and social nights, there is this inner circle which everybody wants to be in it. The Middle East A-listers of architects and designers. You will see them often in a far corner of the hall, chatting, making jokes, debating, while me, in the other side of the hall, with the sponsors, with the exhibitors, with the fellow Filipinos, with my friends. And then while looking at that group, I took a snapshot of myself in the future, laughing and rubbing elbow with those people. When I asked Alex about me trying to be the jack of all trades, he said, as a jack of all trades, you'll be able to take a wide range of jobs and situation. You will fit well into leadership roles. Leaders that know all the aspect of the business have an edge on someone who just rose through the ranks doing only one job. But at the end of the day, try at least to specialize in something that you are passionate about. Now, this is one of my favorite stories, and even Daniel Lipskin and PR Kingels love this story. Okay, so here's how I met Carlos Ott. I was asked by my CEO, my employer, to meet to go to a hotel and to bring my laptop, and then I'm going to meet a concept architect and the client. So si Carlos Ott nandun sa hotel with his team, and then nandun yung client. But at that time, I don't know who's Carlos Ott was. So pagdating ko dun sa may hotel, so kita ko yung client, Bader, and then si Mr. Bader, mga Al Jazeera brothers, and then si Carlos Ott tsaka yung kanyang team. So Carlos is doing a sketch. And then sabi ng client, Christian, look at this. Kasi ganyan. Ano tingin mo? And then sabi ko, nung nakita ko yung sketch, it's a flame tower. I was like, it's not unique. It's not, kasi kilala ko yung client eh. And then the client is, gusto nila talaga is mga out of this world, the first, alam mo naman yung Dubai, mga ganun eh. And then pagdating ko doon, parang, hindi siya ganung iconic kasi nakakita na ako ng flame tower. Sabi ko, siguro kailangan lagyan natin ng ganito dito or ganyan. Little did I know, nandun pala si Carlos Ott. Alam ko, mimit ko si Carlos Ott, tsaka yung team niya, pero hindi ko alam kung sino siya doon. And then Carlos Ott stand up, and then biglang lumupit yung sa amin nung client, and then sabi ng client, Carlos, look! Kasi hindi nagandahan si Christian dun sa sketch mo. The client hired Carlos Ott to do a sketch for like, kano binayad namin kay Carlos Ott? Mga that's 14 million pesos for a week para mag-sketch and ng isang iconic tower para sa client. And then we're going to, my company, we're going to take that concept and then we will develop it. So yun yung task ko is to guide Carlos Ott sa mga requirements here in Dubai and stuff, and then dadalhin ko sa office and then we're going to work it and build it. Now, biglang dumating na naman si client the next day. Christian, tingnan mo, look. Kasi it's a hotel. Yung project namin, it's gonna be a 7-star. Gusto nila 7-star hotel. Although wala naman 7-star talaga. And then dun sa may drop off, magka-curtain out, parang mayroong falls, and then magka-curtain out yung waterfalls para pumasok ka. Sabi ko, just like Batmobile in Batman. And then tawa ng tawa. And then ngayon, dun kami nagkaroon ng parang nag-click yung engage, yung connection namin with Carlos Ott. Because, syempre, ako, hindi ko naman siya boss eh. Binabayaran namin siya eh. So, I'm just being honest. And doon sa mga then biglang, yung mga staff niya nagugulat doon sa mga comment ko. And then sabi ni Carlos, Christian, hanggang naging friends na kami. And then up to now, he's still asking my comment doon sa mga sketches niya, sa mga projects niya. He's doing a project in Ayala. Sabi nga niya sa akin at that time, Christian, I'm famous in the Philippines. I have a billboard in EDSA. sa may Proscentium, ang project niya with the Ayalas. Kasi I've been working with the Ayalas. Now, guys, si Carlos at siya yung concept architect ng Burj Al Arab. So, yeah, I mean, yun yung connection namin, and the my take here is tinitingnan niya yung mga Pilipino, hindi sila tumitingin dun sa lahi eh. Tinitingnan nila yung capabilities mo and talent mo. And sabi nga, siya nga yung nagsabi na parang yung mga Pilipino, sabi nga yun doon sa client, Father, be careful with this Filipino. They are very clever. They are so honest. Ganyan. So, I mean, dun nagkaroon ako ng parang nadagdagan yung aking kumbaga confidence sa sarili, because this architect ay sobrang kumbaga pantay yung tingin nila sa atin. Now, this is the a flame tower that we did here in Dubai, still in the mobilization stage construction. And yeah, and then you need to still make that connection with your network, and then see hanggang ngayon and constantly, and then last month we just discuss a project, although hindi na ako direkta nakikipag-coordinate sa kanya or yung wala kaming project sa kanya, but still yung friendship namin nandun pa rin. And you see, ginagamit niya na rin yung term ko na Vasquez size eh. Now, working in a corporate world, okay, I met Daniel Lipskin. The first time I met Daniel Lipskin was in New York, dun sa World Trade Center. And then working in a corporate world, where client became your master, at some point in architect's life, just like me, you may be caught between being an artist, an architect, or a businessman who needs to feed and sustain around 500 staff. Projects are being dictated by the demand of your clients, especially the market-driven developers who only have two things in their mind: money and time. Now, Lipskin's very first building was completed when he was 50 years old. Lipskin has had a unique career as an architect. For most of his adult life, he has been an academic, an aspect. Now, nagkaroon kami ng parang discussion with regards to mentoring students, mentoring the young architects, kasi there will be a mutual benefit dun sa parehas na ganun eh. And that's why one of my advocacy is to, as much as possible, to share my experience and share my network with other people. And yeah, I'm also part of the board of the advisory board, the School of Architecture at the American University of Dubai, as well as College Architecture for Manipal University and Alger. We are collaborating with professional world and college level. I guess nangyayari na yan din sa PUP. Then suggested new programs. I suggest from the professional world, from our industry, I'm suggesting new programs required by the industry. What's the ongoing trend on the market, the curriculum, the development, curriculum, research and development in collaboration with professional and industry world. We address the growing need for talented designers and innovators. And one thing that we added in their curriculum is the adoption of the well building standard, which will be the next part of my story. So we'll pause for another commercial break. I'll get back to you. And yeah, just stay tuned.
Today is the beginning of something new, something better, something worth remembering. Welcome to the Panunumpa 2018. 66 Filipinos from the Middle East will take their oath to the profession. 66 Filipinos whom we shall call the new registered licensed architects. This is a momentous moment for a Filipino architect who dedicated the time and effort to be officially called an architect. Together, we will inspire our colleagues in building a better world.
Don't be afraid, my dear. You started living right now. Why don't you take a look around? Your heart is giving in like bigger, smaller, bigger, smaller. It's okay, your heart is bigger, smaller, bigger, smaller. Yeah. You're breathing in, breathing like a kitty cat, feeling good, in and out just like you should. We will always be for you, throw ourselves against the wall because we're bigger, bigger, not giving in.
We will shape the future of the Filipino global architects together as one.
All right, I'm back and kamusta naman? It's like what? 1:11, 3 p.m. now sa Pinas. Okay, so yes, this will be my part 2.2 of my presentation today. Okay, so I went to Egypt. I met Dr. Christine Aborshner in Egypt. Na doon kami yung aming hotel rooms sa Cairo, magkakabila lang. And then, pinag-usapan namin about AIA and stuff. We are there in a conference. And then she's the one who asked me if I know well building standard. And then she's the one who introduced me about well. And it so happened na masyado siyang, proactive and then healthy at the same time. So niyaya niya ako mag-jogging sa Cairo. And she started telling me about well. And it's through that, na masyado ako nag-interesado about well. And that was like 4 years ago, 5 years ago. And I think nag-present na rin siya sa Pilipinas at some point in time. Anyway, so yeah. Here's the well building standard. It's a brief introduction to you about well building standard. Now, remember when we used to trust the food industry? Yung pag pumunta ka sa isang dati nung mga bata pa tayo or bata pa ako noon or bata pa yung mga magulang natin, pag pumunta sila sa isang grocery, or sa isang market, everything is okay to eat, and all of a sudden this organic food movement comes along, and it's all pesticides, trans fats, gluten free, right? You grab a bag of isnaku, ring beet, chippy, clover, and the first thing you see is the nutrition facts. As the consumer, we demand of some kind of transparency from the food industry. We want to know what we are putting into our bodies. And the food industry adopted it. In the same way, we are now demanding some kind of transparency from the building that we are spending a majority of our time. So that is where well came from. It's providing a model for design and construction to integrate human health features in the built environment. It's similar to LEED, which is performance-based system. The difference is well measures the impact of built environment, and well is measure and LEED is a performance-based system, more into the the nature, the environment, and but here in well it measured the impact of the built environment to the individual or the end users. Now it's more onto health and wellness. Now um, and because we are spending, that we are spending almost 90% of our life indoors, we don't always realize, though, is that every room we are in, the room we are in right now, the um, all the indoor places that we are in, it's having an effect on our bodies. It's having effect on your cardiovascular system. It's having an effect to your respiratory system. It's gonna have effect on how well you will sleep tonight. So we need to get real about where we choose to spend our time. In the well building standard, it looks not just unlocking the human potential, but optimizing the human potential through the built environment. So, when the well building standard started, it was founded by this guy, Paul Scalia, who was an ex Goldman Sachs guy, an ex Wall Street guy. He keeps hearing in the last 10 years of his Wall Street career this term: sustainability, sustainability, sustainability. And he thought, this is great, but he he thought there was a miss, or there's something missing. How about, he said, how about this building interacting with the human building, the occupants inside? So he founded a company called Telos, which pioneered the well building standard. He essentially get doctors, architects, designers, scientists in the same room, and he said goes like, if you have to dream up what type of things could be done to introduce preventive medical intentions into the way we design the spaces that we spend majority of our time in. And also, it came along with this trend of wellness. Medyo nauuso na ngayon panahon na to yung wellness. Human health is one of the fastest and the one of the most important growing, fastest growing industry in the world. They expect it to be the next $1 trillion industry. And it's getting interested when you start fusing the fastest growing industry with the largest asset class in the world, which is the real estate. And you get this very interesting notion of wellness real estate. Well, it's like well, it's like a nutrition label for your building, providing transparency on the quality of your building. So, just like LEED, there's also platinum, gold, and silver certification on the well building standard. There's a 7 concepts of well. So there's air, water, nutrition, light, fitness, comfort, and mind. So these 7 concepts are integrated into, it's like building codes, wherein those 7 concepts are integrated on the, how you design, how you lay out the plans, and then do the interior and specify something. So yeah, each one of the well features applies to a specific body system. When you are actually going through the well guidebook, which is available online,
You can check it online, the guidebook for well. You will see each concept clearly outlining which body system directly impacting. You know, okay. One good example: migraine and headache, sakit ng ulo, right? Lagi natin kino-complain yan whenever we go home. Parang, saan ang ulo ko? Sakit alam mo yun, ah, ang dami kong stress, blah, blah, etc., etc. Now, did you know that one of the number one trigger of migraine and headache is too much carbon dioxide level in the room? Essentially, our own bodies have evolved to send us the signal, a certain signal, which can come as a signal like headache or migraine. So yung headache and migraine natin, sometimes they are like signal ng katawan natin na nagsasabing, look, there is something wrong in your room or in your space. So we are advising you to get out. So yun yung ibig sabihin minsan nung migraine tsaka yung headache natin eh. Ganun mag-react yung katawan natin. Bibigyan ka ng signal na masakit ng ulo and migraine kasi merong something wrong dun sa environment mo o sa space mo. And the carbon dioxide level is too high in the room. So ganun yung signal na binibigay sa'yo. And then you thought na masakit ulo mo dahil stress ka lang sa work or nakatutok ka sa monitor mo sa office the whole day and pagdating sa office ganun. And you know that the carbon dioxide level sa loob ng room mo is so high, lalo na pag nakasara yung kwarto mo. I have a gadget na pang-test ng carbon dioxide and oxygen level as a well professional. May pang-test in order for you to check it. Now, that's kind of how nature has evolved in telling us that there's something wrong. But what do we normally do? I mean, normally we are not going to go walk in a room and get a migraine. Tapos sasabihin mo, may something wrong sa loob ng kwarto ko, masakit ulo ko lalabas ako. Hindi ganun eh. Chances are we are going to pop up a pill or a biogesic and then tell the body to shut up. Parang ganun eh. So that's the kind of what we've been trained to do. So it's very interesting when you start looking at how well can reduce the amount of unnecessary overconsumption that we do, either prescription or medication. So kumbaga parang as a standard, if I explain it to the client, parang sinasabi ko lagi, parang ang ratio sa loob in order for you to balance the carbon dioxide and oxygen level sa needed or safe sa isang room is 1:4 plants. That can, sa loob ng kwarto nyo, so that's the reason why I have plants here just to balance the carbon dioxide and oxygen levels sa loob mo ng kwarto mo. So you see, parang akala mo masakit ulo mo kasi stress ka sa work and blah blah and stuff. Hindi mo alam yung sarili mong kwarto, yung sarili mong bahay and room, yun yung nagbibigay sa iyo ng sakit ng ulo. And that's just one part. Sobrang ganyan palang part siya ng well-building standard. And ginawa siya ng mga doctors, scientists, and also designers and architects. And how are we going to fix it? So that's just one. Light. Etong pinaka-favorite ko sa lahat, yung light. Na sobrang, it's so fascinating. Nung nag-aaral ako ng well-building standard, like 5 years ago, the instructor keeps saying that light is a medicine. So, ito yung story ng circadian light. So, 1,000 years ago, before we start putting ourselves sa boxes around us and spending 90% of our time indoors, we used to live outside. We breathe air that was not contaminated with harmful toxin, and every day the sun would rise and it would move across the sky and it would set, and our body would normally be more energized and productive in daytime. And then pag nag-sunset na siya, when the sunset, doon na tayo doon na bumababa yung tumataas yung ating melatonin. So now, here's the thing. It will move. Okay, so the pag nag-set na yung yung nag-set so here's a simple thing. If mapapansin niyo yung kulay ng araw from sunrise to sunset. So sunrise, mapula-pula, and then sa midday, meron na tayong masyadong malakas yung kulay ng araw. It's like bright white blue light coming out. So now, it was only 15 years ago from today the doctors discovered something in our eyes called circadian optic nerve. Circadian optic nerve. First time in the history that medical science realized our eyes were more than just for vision. So there is a nerve in our eyes called circadian optic nerve that has nothing to do with vision or optics. Basically, the only job of this nerve is to regulate your entire 24-hour sleep-wake cycle. Circadian lighting is something that something that corporation was really starting to take notice it, because there's ganito yung nangyayari dyan. If you see bright white light sa midday, yung color na yun yung nire-recognize ng circadian optic. And then ang ginagawa ng circadian optic is yung melatonin natin ay binababa niya at ang cortisol level natin tinataas o yung pampagising. Now, pag nakita ng circadian optic na medyo sunset o orange yung paligid natin, and then doon niya ngayon tinataas ng body natin yung melatonin o yung pampatulog. And then the cortisol level natin bumababa o yung pagiging active or gising. So, yun lang yung trabaho ng circadian optic. I-recognize niya yung color and yung light na pumapasok sa atin. And yun yung nagsasabi sa katawan natin na, hey, tanghali ngayon, so ito yung ilaw, bright light yung nakikita ko. So, itataas ko ngayon ang iyong cortisol level para maging active ka, and then yung melatonin level mo, ibababa natin para hindi ka antukin. So, now, the companies now are recognizing it. Dahil pag yung office mo, ginawa mong bright light lagi yan mula 8 a.m. hanggang 5 p.m. So, syempre, yung cortisol nerve optic ng nerve ng mating mga nagtatrabaho sa office, sabihin nila parang, itaas natin yung cortisol level ito, ibaba natin pampaantok. So, laging awake yung mga tao and more productive. And there's already a study on that na nagiging mas more active o productive yung mga tao if when it comes to the lighting. So, meron ako dito sa banyo ko. I bought it. Uso na rin sa mga ibang bansa rin yun eh. Meron kang ilaw na bright white light. Tapos, ang gagawin mo, pag gising mo sa umaga, stare mo lang yon for like 6 seconds. Sasabihin mo lang sa optic nerve mo na parang, ito, bright light, white light, ito. So, itataas niya yung cortisol level mo at ibababa niya yung melatonin level. So, pampagising. So, it's like having 5 cups of coffee in the morning. So, yun yung pampagising. And it's available commercially already. Now, ganun din yung sa tulog natin. Staring your mobile phone before bed. Before, hindi pa, kasi nung dinidiscuss ito before, hindi pa ganong merong feature yung mga phone natin ng ano yun, iSafe. Sa iPhone may ganon, and then sa mga Android phones na tinatanggal nila yung bright light ng phone mo. Yes, kasi isa rin yan sa mga dahilan before na pag naka-stare ka sa phone mo tapos bright light pa yun nandun, it's basically sending the wrong signal and the worst possible signal to your brain, which can make falling asleep very difficult. It's basically sending this white blue light to your brain, and your brain hindi naman niya alam kung nakahiga ka ba sa kama o patulog ka na or what eh. Ang nakikita lang niya, ang cortisol optic nerve mo, ng nerve mo ay yung color. So, ang sasabihin ng color, oh, nakikita ko blue light, bright blue light. So, sabihin niya, oh, parang tanghali ngayon so tataas ko yung cortisol level mo, tapos bababa natin yung melatonin. So, ang nangyayari doon ngayon, ay itataas niya yung cortisol level. So, hindi ka makakatulog. So, you wonder why you can't fall asleep right away. So, yan yung isa sa mga, isa lang yan. Ang dami pa niyan dyan sa well-building standard. And then I encourage you guys, kung hindi pa kayo masyadong familiar sa well-building standard, it's very interesting. Parang ako, whenever I you know, nung nag-aaral ako noon, doon sa building standard, and whenever I start reading page by page, para siyang Harry Potter book na parang ano next, ang ganyan. Kasi it's so interesting and ang sarap i-discuss niyan, lalo na sa mga client, lalo na pag nakipag-present ka doon sa mga, kunyari, sa boss mo or sa mga client mo na parang, ay, well-building standard natin. Hindi mo ba alam na yung building na yon or ganyan, hindi well-building standard. So, yan, nagbibigay ng cancer, nagbibigay ng sakit, and blah, 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 etc. sa'yo. So, sabi ko nga noon, last presentation ko noon sa Pilipinas about this, sabi ko, pag to nalaman ng mga developers sa Pilipinas, tapos ginamit nila ngayon ito sa mga marketing nila na like, itong building namin, itong condominium namin ay well-building standard, blah, 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 ganyan. Kasi yung kabila, hindi well-building standard, magkakaroon ka ng sakit dyan, hindi ka makakatulog dyan sa gabi, blah, blah, ganyan, may kaka-cancer ka. And a lot na pwede mong sabihin kasi nga, nandun, nakalatag na yung regulation or yung standard to make your building healthy and the occupant safe. So, another one of the example is yung fitness, isa rin yan. By using active design, you know, by placing, example of this is by placing a staircase and in an inviting location, pinupuntusan din yan ng mga AP para magkaroon ka ng level of standard, kung ma-achieve mo yung certification ng well. Na in-encourage nila yung to use more staircase, at the same time, basta make your plan and project active design. Now, make it more beautiful do sa mga stairs and, you know, have it next to a window with access to light that will encourage more and more people to take the stairs. What happened, ito ngayon ang sitwasyon, what happened to your body if you sit for a prolonged period of time? Meron na nga lumalabas ngayon na mga study na parang sitting is the new smoking. Diba? Prolonged sitting does not have cumulative stress impact. It translates in your standing. Basically, when you sit for a prolonged period of time, you're training your body to tighten certain muscle. You can also don't get diaphragmatic breathing, which give you less oxygen to your body and to your brain and to your body. So, isa rin yan sa magandang topic about, you know, kasi meron kaming talk regarding dyan sa smoking is the new, sitting is the new smoking. And ano yung mga effect kung paano ka anong effects ng body mo kung nakaupo ka lang sa upuan mo for 8 hours. Now, when we can expect standard to conform with the current challenge, yeah, yes, tama si Dean, na when it comes to our current situation, and we were discussing this with Palafox as well yesterday about the well building standard and how this will impact our post COVID scenario, especially now that more and more people are concerned about the health, and that's the reason why I'm sharing this brief or overview of well building standard, because I know that ito ang magiging talagang ire-required dito sa Dubai. I'm expecting it to be to officially part of the regulation. Now, also part ng well building standard is also the biophilia. So, try to check on well building standard. I really encourage you guys, if hindi nyo pa alam yan, no, kailangan alam nyo ngayon yan. Kailangan alam nyo na to 5 years ago. So, dahil when I took my lead AP, ko na malaman like before, ilan lang kami nandun, and then na-anticipate na namin na it's gonna be a big hit later on, and with regards to well-being standard, ganun din yung nararamdaman ko about this. Now, also part of the regulation of the building well-building standard, it's the idea that there is a instinctive bond between the human being and the living system. They've seen 6% increase in our concentration level for those who see green roof. There's also a study wherein ang conference room, nagkaroon sila ng experiment. This is also recorded dun sa well-being standard. They did an experiment wherein nilagyan nila ng pan-check ng blood pressure, heart rate, and stuff yung pupunta dun sa conference room. 2 conference room. 1 conference room, wala, box lang. And then the next conference room, merong box lang, tapos merong painting doon ng mga green, ng mga mountain, mga trees and stuff. And then lumabas doon na yung heart rate doon sa kabila na walang ganon is sobrang taas, sobrang bilis and stuff. And then doon sa kabila is just relaxing and mood. So, we are seeing 6% increase in the concentration level pagdating sa mga ganitong visual or to sa biophilia field natin. Now, so that's an overview of what well-building standard. When I discuss well-building standard in full detail, it's like 8-hour session dito sa UAP at that time. So this is just an overview para lang to keep you guys interested. Now this is one of my project here in Dubai, the municipality of Quain. So we integrated the well-building standard here. So this is the design of the new government headquarters. It's a new contemporary identity while incorporating a natural surrounding of the site. The design presented to the client to bring natural elements to the forefront, while the function and it's suited in all the and we are trying to meet the needs and the end of the end users. So the function of the building requires public space to assist the visitors, department spaces, meeting rooms, etc. So yeah, now this is some of my selected projects that I can share with you. I'm currently doing the second tallest tower in Dubai, which is the Marina 101. It's 445 meters high. This is the C14 or IFA We don't have the hotel operator yet for this. This is a hotel in the Palm Jumeirah. This is the Intercontinental Fujairah Hotel and Resort. Yeah, dyan ako na ospital. So sobrang stress din sa project na yan. Yeah, because ito yung initial design namin. Ito yung initial design namin, which is, a traditional one. And then, midway ng project, pinapalitan yung concept ng labas. Ginawa nila modern. So, ganun na lang ka-stress yung nangyari dyan. Of course, if your client tells you, all of a sudden, palitan ko yung concept midway ng construction. Imagine that. Well, tapos na siya. And ito pa isa. That's the this is DoubleTree by Hilton in Jumeirah Beach Resort. So nag-start siya as a single tower and then naging twin tower, then bumalik uli sa single tower and then naging twin tower uli, full residential. Tapos hanggang nag-decide yung client na, sige, hotel na yung isa, tapos residential yung isang tower, then kinonstruct na namin. Binalik niya uli sa dalawang residential tower. And then midway, nung nagmobilize na kami, and then yung shell and core na tayo na namin as a residential, both residential, nag-decide ngayon yung client na hindi, ibenta ko yung isang kabila para gawin siyang hotel. So, shell and core nandun na. So, yun yung struggle of in the real world na na-construct na namin shell and core ng residential tower tapos bigla magiging hotel. Iba yung requirements ng hotel. Yung back of house niya, yung height and stuff. So, ang daming nangyari and sobrang hirap. But now, ayan, naging siyang ngayong open na siya. It's a intercontinental hotel. Ngayon, open na yung residential hotel. Ngayon, yung dati, hotel na DoubleTree Hilton. It's funny na sa hotel, hindi na nila require yung mga maid's room dyan. Kasi nga, na-design namin siya as a residential. So, may maid's room yung iba. So, ngayon, nag-check-in ako, early, last check-in ko dyan, mid of last year. Tapos, pansin ko talaga, merong isang dyan pintuan. Pag nag-check-in ka sa hotel, may pintuan dyan na hindi mo mabuksan kasi nakasara. Wala lang, sarado lang siya. Kasi yun yung maid's room. Hindi nila pinagpagamit yun kasi sarado yun. Kasi as per the regulation ng Dubai DTCM, Dubai Tourism, yung regulatory board na nag-check about regulates about hotel. So, andun lang siya. And then, pag pumasok na parang nakakatakot kasi may isang kwarto na blanco lang and stuff. So, yeah, that's my story about this project. That's the interior. And ito yung mga towers na ginagawa namin. That's the Flame Tower by Carlos Ott. Dito sa isang part dito sa Dubai. And this is the JLT part. Mostly towers and hospitality and iconic projects yung hinahandle ko. Yeah, that's also one part. So, parting words. Simple lang naman ako tao. Simple lang ako estudyante. I'm from FEU. Parang regular student lang ako. Hindi naman ako yung talagang dean's lister and stuff. But the thing is, ikaw din yung magdadrive sa sarili mo to, kung saan mo gusto pumunta eh. Ikaw, nung college ako, lagi ko iniisip, pagka una kong trabaho, ang gusto ko mapuntahan, ang gusto kong pagtrabahuan, ang mga requirements ko noon before, gusto ko yung opisina ko na papasukan ko after college, 10 floor and above. Gusto ko carpeted siya. Ganun yung mga requirements ko. Gusto ko gumagamit ako ng elevator. Gusto ko sa Ayala, Ave lang ako magtatrabaho. Ganun ako mag-isip ng college. And ganun. Tapos inisip ko, after kung magtrabaho dyan, pag-abroad ako, ganun ako mag-isip. And then nangyayari, kung ano iniisip mo, that's what's happening to me eh. Parang ganun eh. Parang inisip ko na nasa Ayala Ave, so yun, nakapapasok ako doon sa kay Palafox. Although nasa 6th floor lang yung Jaka building at that time noon, pero still, pwede na rin. Gumagamit pa rin ako elevator. Then, pagdating ngayon, nung inisip ko noon, nung habang tatrabaho, na-imagine ko na yung sarili ko, nasa abroad ako, tapos New Year's Eve, yun yung gusto-gusto ko eh. New Year's Eve na kasi lagi ako, Bulacan ako eh. So, lagi pag New Year's Eve, nasa pamilya ka. Kaya hindi ka makasama sa mga countdown sa Ayala, sa Makati. Yung mga countdown, tapos may, rave party and stuff. Kasi kasama mo yung pamilya mo dapat sa Pinas eh. Isip ko nun, na-imagine ko, gusto ko nasa isa akong New Year's Eve, nasa isang bar ako, mag-isa. Tapos, mga ibang lahi nasa paligid ko, tapos uminom ako ng beer. Tapos, Happy New Year, parang Happy New Year, blah, blah, blah. Tapos kakanta. Yung mga napapanood ko sa TV, ganun gusto kong mangyari. And then, yun, nangyari. Dito sa Dubai, sabi ko, 2 years, 3 years lang ako dito. And then, turns out, nasa 14 years na ako nandito. So, ang advice ko lang is, parting words is, as much as possible, sa sobrang daming magiging arkitekto ngayon, sa sobrang daming nagiging pumapasa sa next year. Lalo na, it's next, in the coming months, it's gonna be like, a competition na sa lahat. Kasi nga, after the COVID, kumbaga, survival mode na lahat tayo eh. Kami, license. And we're going to compete with other license na ngayon. Kasi nga, hindi lang naman UAE nangyari, hindi naman sa Dubai, sa Pilipinas, sa buong mundo. The economy really changed. And so, my really advice is, you need to be unique. You need to stand out. You need to be, well-versed. Kahit hindi mo kailangan, ako, pag pumunta ako ng mga networking event and stuff, hindi ako makapasok doon sa circle, yung usapan nila eh. So, anong ginagawa ko? Pinapakinggan yung usapan nila. Babasa-basa ako ng mga parang, nag-aaral ako ng stocks, kunwari. Para pag nakipagkwentuhan ako sa nila, may sasabihin ako, may share ako about stocks para kasali ako sa circle, tapos hanggang ganun. Hanggang maida-divert ko ngayon yung usapan sa mga pinanood kong Netflix or it helps. Kasi that's more human to human interaction eh. And make sure na pag nag-connect ka na doon sa isang tao, sa network mong ganyan, now you can kumbaga, ang target ko kasi, alam nyo, pag ako nasa mall, ang gusto ko, yung taong, yung top architect, o yung celebrity architect na nandito, once na maglakad kaming ganyan, tatawagin niya ako as my pangalan, and I don't need to, introduce myself na parang ganun lagi target ko. And that works. And that really works. So, yeah, that's somehow my presentation, and maraming salamat po sa mga nagtiyaga sa aking presentation, and this is Christian Romulo Vasquez, UAP Lead AP International AIA, the current president of UAP 124. Maraming salamat po, and mabuhay kayo. Yun. Yep. So, by the way, yung professional LinkedIn ko is on the left. Left. And then, kung gusto nyo makita yung mga kalokohan ko on the right, nandiyan yung aking Instagram. Again, maraming salamat po, and we're now, kakapagod pala to no? Kakapagod magsalita talaga no mag-isa no? So, yes.
Okay. Yes, thank you so much po, Architect Vasquez.
Yes, maraming salamat kay D.
Maraming salamat.
Jocelyn sa comment niya. Your inspiration, thank you very much. Maraming salamat din Jessa Maytapang, John Paul Rodriguez, Soraya, yes, Nina, Mariel. Yes, so maraming salamat. So if you have any questions, um, binabasa naman namin yung mga comments. And yeah, Mika, maraming salamat. Carl, Erika. So yun, we have time for Q&A.
Yes, sir. So, for now po, para sa mga viewers po natin, you can leave your comments po for your questions po for our Q&A portion po. And Architect Vasquez will be choosing some of your questions po. Ayun, so anyone? Sa mga katanungan po. Yes po.
Papanood natin uli yung commercial namin. And then, so I can do with my, inom muna akong tubig.
Okay lang po, sir. So, habang commercial po, we encourage you to think po ng mga questions po kasi ito na po yung chance natin para maitanong kay Architect Vasquez. So, thank you so much po.
The United Architects of the Philippines, UAP 124, is the keeper of the best, upholds educational professional standards, and is the voice of our profession. And our hope, this great house, is the envy of other professions.
Enjoy the night together and we'll celebrate all the successes or commiserate for the near misses. But at the end of the night, we're all here to enjoy ourselves. So everyone have fun.
So much. Congratulations to all the winners. I'll see you on the next fiscal year. Salamat!
Alright, we're back. Gulat
Gulat ako.
Sa Q&A portion natin. Yeah. Yes.
So again po,
yes, maraming salamat, Christian. Okay. We have here from John Philip Cortez. Thank you, Architect Christian Vasquez, on behalf of UAP, Auxiliary UAP Commission on Education. Jihad, very interesting question from Jihad. Di Masilaw. Sir, ikaw naman po, where do you see yourself 5 to 10 years from now? 5 to 10 years from now? You know what? Pilipinas. Ako yung Pilipinas, but hindi sa field ng architecture na. Not being an architect sa Pilipinas. I wanted to be a politician. I want to govern. Napapagod na akong maghintay, napapagod na akong bumoto lang, napapagod na akong walang gawin. ang magagawa lang kasi natin as a politician, anong laban ko if boboto ko lang yung sarili ko, na boboto ko lang yung tao. If I really want to make change, pero as much as possible, isang term lang sa pagiging politician because kasi kakainin na ako, alam ko kakainin na ako ng politika after second term or third term eh. Mangungurakot na ako ng mga second or third term. Parang first term ko parang focus ka pa sa ano mo eh. But yun ang gusto ko. If I want to make a difference, if I want to make change, I'll do it sa pinakamabisang paraan na gusto kong gawin, which is to enter politics. So yun lang. Pero I don't know, it might change something, pero we'll see. Now, there's also my architect. I would like to know if there is a class or training we can attend relating to well standard in the Philippines or even online. Yes, maraming online lecture. You can start with YouTube, and then dun sa kasi yung copy na nasa akin na the well building standard na copy ko na sa akin, probably outdated na yon because like lead nag-upgrade siya eh, quarterly or every half year. So mas updated if I would love. Lagi kong sineshare yung mga references ko and then lahat ng mga review materials ko and sample exam ko if you want to take the exam. But hindi na yata magiging useful na kasi sobrang outdated na ata yun mga 4 years ago or even kahit last year lang yun, it's gonna be update. It should be updated. So yes, just check the link, or I can share the link later on dito sa comment section, and you can check about it.
So
there's a
we have
question
another question po from Ruela Reyeg. Sir, good afternoon and thank you for your presentation. Just curious though, what are the requirements to be a licensed architect in Dubai?
Well, licensed architect in Dubai, you just need, what's the requirements? Yung PRC ID mo. Just be a licensed architect sa Pilipinas and ina-adopt na nila dito yan. So, yun yung gagamitin mo. Now, if you're talking about, taking the exam here then dito sa Dubai, because we are also producing licensed architect ng pang-Pilipinas dito kasi there's an exam here eh. We're still having an exam sa July. Wala pang announcement if we're going to move it in the later date as per the PRC. But same exam na ginagawa natin sa Pilipinas sa PRC, that's what we are doing here. And then once you pass that one, yan ang kailangan ng UAE government, ng Dubai government, para to acknowledge you as a license then dito. So yeah, and then more and more people, more and more companies here. The first thing that I did when I was elected president 2 years back, first thing I did was I spoke with all the CEOs and the boss of all of the Filipino architects here in Dubai. I spoke with them. I told them about UAP and the difference between licensed and non-licensed. And then now, currently, 48 companies here in Dubai are requiring, whenever they hire someone, they are requiring that you must be a UAP 124 Dubai member before they can process your application. So we're trying to uplift as much as possible the global Filipino architects here. So yeah, I hope na sagot ko yung tanong mo. Yes, we have here also a question. I saw a question from Christian. Yeah, yun yung training sa standard. Sabi ni Teen Jeans, Christian Vasquez with lots of kids, sayang ang jeans. Yes, oo nga no? Di ba? Kulang ng bibo. And of course, ang gusto ko rin sabihin sa inyo, and I was discussing this with Jamuel. and the rest of the guys. Guys, you need to be mayabang.
Yes.
Yung mayabang na hindi nakakasakit. Ang nakakasakit yung mayabang ka, pero hindi mo alam na mayabang ka. So parang, yung parang mayabang ka na nakakatuwa. You need that. Yun yung sinabi ko kanina na lalo na ngayon, ang taas-taas na ng parang survival mode na ngayon dito Your presence needs to be seen and you need to be heard. And yun dun sa mga kanina sumagot sa they want to work abroad, that's a new chapter for you guys. Once you go out of the Philippines and then venture or work in a certain company outside the Philippines, that's the time. Take advantage na nandun ka and you can be whatever you want. Ako, I started as a 3D architect sa Pilipinas kay Palafox. Then kasi ganito yan Nagtanggal na ako ng salamin, tapatan na to
Okay lang.
Okay, nag-start ako sa Palafox Associates. Parang, yung naghahanap kami ng trabaho nun. Sinasabi ko nun parang, kung gustong-gusto mo yung isang kumpanya, kasi ganito paano ka naghahanap ng trabaho ngayon? Sa available jobs lang or blah blah and stuff? Kilala mo ba yung mga bagong developers ngayon? Kilala mo ba yung mga sikat na developers ngayon? Kilala mo ba yung mga iba-ibang kumpanya? Limited lang ba yung venture mo? Now, if you want to go like, kunyari, sa Palafox Associates, kung ano yung available job doon, like 3D presentation, din nilagay ko 3D presentation kahit hindi ko alam. Lagot ako kay Palafox mamaya. May live kami mamaya ni Palafox. Hindi ko alam. And then habang naghihintay, nung process nila, ano kailangan mo? 3D presentation. 3D presentation, sinapa ko yung sarili ko. And then nung pumasok ako sa Palafox, doon ako nag-aral ng 3D bago pumasok. Siguro few weeks ngayon para lang magpasiklab ng konti. And then once, kasi yun yung parang stepping stone mo makapasok ka lang Yun yung target mo. Kung kailangan nila taga-scan o taga-cut, sabihin mo, napakagaling ko pong mag-cut, napakagaling ko pong mag-scan, para lang makapasok. And then, while nakapasok ka na doon, that's the time na ipakita mo yung sarili mo na parang, kaya ko pag gumawa ng ganito, ng ganyan, hanggang kasama na ako ni Palafox sa mga biyahe niya, sa mga presentation niya. And then, ganun yung nangyari sa akin. And same thing nangyari sa akin dito sa Dubai. Noong nandito ako sa Dubai, dumating sa Dubai, siyempre, who am I? Para magsabi kong, ako po ay nakipag-meeting na po ako alas sa mga Sobel, sa mga Ayala, with Palafox, bla bla ganyan. Hindi ko naman pwede iyabang dito yun. Sabihin nila kung ano ba yun. So pagdating ko dito, you know what I did? Pinanatili ko pa rin yung pagiging professional ko from Pilipinas here. Kahit na naka-t-shirt lang yung mga kasama ko sa office, yung mga ibang Pinoy na nasa office, naka-suit ako, naka-necktie ako, pumasok, ayos na ayos ako, tapos ang trabaho ko, pag-i-scanin lang ako ng boss ko. Tapos, mag-aayos ako ng mga library, yung mga, isa-segregate ko yung mga dates nung sa library namin doon. Tapos, magka-cut ako ng board. Pero nakasuit ako. Pinagtatawanan ako ng mga kaopisina ko. Bakit daw formado ako, tapos ganun lang trabaho ko, di ba? Pero, I need to make sure na I need to stand out and hindi ako kumbaga magbe-blend in na parang, sige, ito palang kumpanya na to, puro naka-t-shirt na lang ako. 3D lang trabaho mo, 3D lang trabaho. Ang pasok mo, 8 to 6 p.m. So, time in, time out ka lang, tapos uwi na, gano'n. Hindi. Ang ginawa ko, kasi may pangarap ako I see myself presenting to the clients. I see myself, so paano ko gagawin yun? Paramdam ko yung sarili ko. So, nung nandun na ako sa kanila, nandun ako nakapasok na ako doon sa kumpanya, sa Dubai, doon na ako nagpasiklab. Nakasuit ako lagi, power dressing lagi. Nakakalin lang yan. Magaling, mas yun. Kumbaga, para mas formado ka, mas nire-respeto ka Nakakapagsalita ka. And then, pag nakasapatos ka, hindi ka naka-rubber shoes. Pag nakasapatos ka, tapos balat ka pa, tapos may takong pa yun o ganyan, iba yung tayo mo kaysa yung tayo mo na naka-sneakers ka. Talagang automatic yan na lumalabas yan sa labas. Ngayon, Hanggang nahiya na yung CEO ko, yung boss ko, na utusan ako, kulang na lang pag-utusan ako magtimpla ng kape niya. Muntik na yon. Pero nahiya na siya dahil sobrang ang ganda ng necktie ko at damit ko, mas maganda pa sa kanya. So, ang nangyari ngayon, yun, sabi niya, kailangan ko na kasama dito. Sabi ko, sir, ako, gusto mo mag-minutes ako? I-discuss, isulat ko lahat ng pag-usapan niyo sa meeting? Pinasok ko talaga yung sarili ko para mapunta doon. Alam mo yun? Tapos, nung nakapasok na ako doon sa meeting na yan, tsaka ngayon ako nag-minutes ganyan, hanggang nakikialam na ako sa usapan, hanggang nakapasok na ako, hanggang ako na yung uma-attend at wala na yung boss ko. So, if you have that drive to go somewhere and you need to push it. Ako, simpleng tao lang, kumakain din ako ng hotdog dyan sa recto, yung mga madumis, lumusong din ako sa baha, lumusong din, alam mo yun, kumbaga, nagugulat nga yung mga barkada ko nung college na I'm rubbing elbows, tumatawag sa akin si Calatrava, si Janovel, nagkakamusta kami ni Zahadi, ni Patrick Schumacher, ganun yung level, but you still, paano ko nagawa yun? Just being me and reinventing myself na, ito isang tip. Huwag kang maging fan mode. Alam mo yun? Yun napapansin ko eh. Yung mga parang, fan mode, pag once na pinaramdam mo dun sa tao na yon kay Zahadid, alam mo ba, wala kami selfie ni Zahadid kasi pinilit ko talaga na parang hindi ako fan mode ni Zahadid, na parang, normal lang tayo, magkasama lang tayo, level lang tayo. So, once na kasi maging pa-picture po, tapos papirma po, or parang ganyan, wala na, nandun ka na sa fan mode level niya, so hindi na ganun yung treatment sa'yo. So that's what I do. And then whenever I talk to somebody else, etc., kahit kanino, sinasabi ko lang sa sarili ko, kunyari nakakausap ako, like si Tony Blair, UK Prime Minister dun sa Britain, UK Prime Minister. Inisip ko lang, nung nagkita kami doon sa hallway, ganyan, tumatai lang din ako. Parehas tayong gumagamit ng banyo. So, tao ka lang, tao ako. Huwag akong kabahan. Ganun! Ano yan? So, that's how you deal with it. And minsan ka lang mabubuhay sa mundo. And then, alam mo yun, minsan ka lang mabubuhay. Alam mo lagi yung sinasabi? At the age of 50, doon ako mamamatay eh. Kumbaga parang pag yun yung sinasabi ko, iniisip ko, parang, meron na lang akong ilang years, 15 years or ganyan, para mabuhay sa mundo. So, once na ang iniisip kong ganon, I need to make sure na every day it's worth it. Na every day I learn something new. Every day, every single hour, kailangan worth it siya na hindi ko sinayang. Oh yes, may sinasayang ako ng oras na manood ng Netflix, Korean novela, and stuff, or mag-YouTube, mag-TikTok. Yes, pero ang dinadahilan ko dyan, inaayos ko yung mental health ko, binabalanse ko lang, parang ganyan. Huwag masyado ma-stress. Parang ganun yung excuse doon. Pero, hindi masyado. Kasi, as much as possible, you need to reinvent, you need to, continue education is a must. Dito sa Dubai, kahit exempted kami sa CPD, yung Continuing Professional Development, yung ganyan, dito, ginagawa pa rin namin. Nire-require pa rin namin yung mga members namin. And, lahat kami naniniwala na ang CPD, regardless na nasa batas yan o hindi, we need to. Dahil kung hindi, isipin mo na lang, kung ang dentista, walang CPD, yung pangbubunot niya ng ngipin noong naging dentista siya 20 years ago, yun pa rin dahil hindi niya in-equip yung sarili niya, ina-update. Old method pa rin yung ginagamit. And lalo na dito sa Dubai, it's, dito sa Dubai, pag ako kinoconsult ako ng mga university dito sa Dubai, pagkakaroon kami ng dialogue, kailangan nilang makipag-usap sa aming mga professional every quarterly. Kasi every quarterly, sobrang ang daming development na bago. Ang daming nangyayari bago dito. If ang curriculum mo or if ang tinuturo mo sa university mo, yung panahon ko pa noon, hindi ka makakasabay dito sa Dubai. Kasi sobrang 3D printing nangyayari na. Alam mo kasama na yung pag-print na ng 3D printing sa university dito. And they are trying to, produce more and more Zaha did, more and more Calatrava here in Dubai. So, they need to make sure na updated yung mga estudyante nila sa nangyayari ngayon and ahead kung ano yung mga mangyayari. They need to be prepared. So, yun ang advice ko sa iyo, Apga, na don't limit yourself kung ano yung binibigay ng professor. Hindi na panahon, or binibigay ng school or university, hindi na panahon to nung panahon pa ng mga nanay at tatay at lolo at lola natin sa school na hinihintay natin kung ano yung turo sa atin. With the advanced technology, YouTube and stuff, maaaral mo na, magiging advanced ka, no? You don't limit yourself. Sobrang ang ganda ng panahon nyo ngayon dito. And yun sinabi ko sa iyo, Jimwell, the other day, di ba? Or last week na, naiingit ako sa inyo. Dahil, it took me how many years para mapag-aralan ko lahat ng mga discarding ganito or kung paano yung shortcut way. Tapos bibigay ko lang sa iyo na parang eto nga yung shortcut way how to do it. Ganun-ganun na lang maisip eh. Now, yes, there's a question now from John Paul Rodriguez. Sir, maiba lang po. How's the Philippine architects there in Dubai working, hindi sa design, but in other allied services like construction, company, or project management? Yes. Don't limit, kasi dito sa Dubai, once you come here in Dubai, hindi ka lang naman architect. There's a lot, ang architecture or our industry, ang dami niyan. Ito a good example din sa question mo, John Paul Rodriguez. Ang lawak ng ating industry, and hindi lang to nalilimit as a production, as a 3D, as an architect, as a designer. Meron din dito tayong mga member ng UAP na napunta sa field ng landscape. Ngayon, award-winning landscape designer na. Meron dito sa lighting napunta, sa industry ng lighting, sa mga chairs. Yung sa lighting natin, nanalo siya sa World Lighting Award and stuff. You don't limit yourself with something. Alam mo yun, yung mga kaibigan ko dito, sabay-sabay kami dito naging 3D or architect or production. And then now nag-branch kumbaga by experience or by the opportunity, hindi naman ginusto nung isang kaibigan ko, nag-usap kami na hindi ko naman ginusto na mapunta sa landscape. Pero yun yung available job eh. Tapos ngayon, nung napasok siya dun sa landscape company, design company na yun. And yun, namahal na niya, and then hanggang nag-take na siya ng exam tungkol doon, and then minaster na niya yun, nag-travel siya sa Europe, and then kumuha siya ng additional learning experience doon sa field na yun, design. Now, he won, she won, Lighting Designer of the Year, Young Lighting Designer of the Year sa mundo. So, maraming trabaho dito. As I said, ang industry natin sobrang lawak. So dito, as soon as meron kang lisensya as an architect sa Pilipinas, yes, but dito you're free to to be saang industry ka meron or saang kang industry mag-excel. And then lahat kami dito, so yung mga iba lighting na nasa supplier, nasa site, architect, project architect dito. And, eto pa pala, baka makalimutan ko. Wag na wag kayong papayag na sabihin sa inyo na parang bata ka pa lang eh. Yan lang yung, alam mo yun? Kuya, nakipag-negotiate ka ng ano, nung dumating ako dito, nagpagupit ako ng sobra bago umalis ng Pilipinas kasi akala ko, alam mo yun, pag nag-abroad, mahal yung pagupit, bla bla ganyan. So, pagupit talaga ako ng todo, sobrang ganyan. Nagmukha akong totoy. So, ngayon, nung nakikipag-negotiate na ako doon sa pera ko, parang sabi sa sweldo ko, sabi nung boss doon na parang, masyado ka pa bata eh. Alam mo yun, parang wala ka pang experience, bla bla bla, ganyan. So hanggang ganito lang ang bibigay ko sa'yo. Kasi pag ganito yung binigay ko sa'yo, yan matanda na, parang tatay na yung isa yung ka-level mo ng ano mo, dahil yung experience niya. Ano sinagot ko? Age doesn't matter dito ngayon, sa panahon ngayon. Yes, before, yes. Okay yan. Pero ngayon dito, you must invest more sa mga bata. Kasi kami, alam mo yun, mas madali kami mag-adapt, and then technology, when it comes to skills, mas marami kaming alam na advance, and I can teach you as well. I can share you the knowledge that I have. Ganun ako ngayon. And let's take it or leave it. Parang gumano na ako eh. Parang take it or leave it. And then yun, binalikan ako, and then tinawagan ako, and then yun, nakuha ko. I mean, nasa sa inyo yon how you're going to defend yourself pagdating ganyan. And sa panahon ngayon, even ako, pag ako nag-interview ng mga i-hire namin, hindi na ako tumitingin sa number of experience. Tinitingnan ko sa skill set. Dahil mas ayoko nga yung marami experience kasi yun yung mga masakit sa ulo na eh. Kasi nga, hindi mo na mabaliktad yung kanilang, yun. Pero yung mga bata, yun yung ma-explore eh. Yung parang, kaya mo pang pag-aralan tong rhino. Ganun kabilis lang eh. So, kayo, pag namili kayo ng, this time, kayo mga young architects, kayo yung mas adaptable sa lahat. So, I must say, kayo ang mas magyabang na you need me more than I need you. Yun dapat yun lagi nyo ilalagay sa isip nyo para pag lumabas kayo, kahit sa isip nyo lang, para pag lumabas kayo, nagre-reflect yan na parang andun yung angas mo, and then andun. Alam mo, ang tinitingnan ko pa nung nag-hire kami dati sa Palafox, ako yung nag-interview. Mas pinili namin yung hindi nakatapos dun sa pinagawa namin kesa dun sa nakatapos pero ang yabang. Kasi ang importante din is yung working relationship nyo. Pag ako nag-check, kunyari, ng mga i-hire namin sa Palafox, noon, tinitingnan ko na parang, makaka-jive ko ba to? Hindi ba kami magkakasakitan ng ulo nito? Yung isa, mayabang, bla bla, ganyan, pero natapos niya. Pero mukhang hindi namin matatapos yung mga susunod na mga project namin dahil nga yung yabang niya nakakasakit, hindi nakakatuwa. So, mas pinili, nagulat tuloy yung hinar namin na parang hindi niya natapos kasi umamin sa amin, sir, hindi ko po kaya talaga. Hindi ko matapos. Pero bla bla ganyan. Tapos hanggang yun, yung kinuha namin. And now, yung hinar namin na yun, 3D namin, naging kasama namin sa Palafox noon. Now, may-ari siya ng fit-out company dito. Nag-work din siya sa Dubai. And then, bumalik siya sa Pilipinas. May fit-out company na siya. And sobrang dami niyang project. And then, the last time he visited me here sa Dubai, sabi niya, tinanong ko sa kanya, sino na mas mayaman sa atin? Tapos sabi niya, feeling ko ako. sabi niya yon, sa Pilipinas siya nagtatrabaho. Ang bilis kasi ng pera sa fit-out eh. And if you want also to learn more sa YouTube ang channel namin, nandun yung mga talks namin. May kinausap kami doon sa nag-start ng sarili niyang fit-out company and construction company sa Pilipinas. So you can also watch it there. Marami kami. Pinopost namin lahat ng mga nangyayari dito. We even posted yung kay Annie Pojeda na lecture niya dito sa YouTube channel namin, sa page namin. So, yes. Yeah. Anything else? Pagod ako.
So, I guess we're okay po. So, or meron pa po bang gustong mag-ask ng questions with Architect Vasquez?
Or paalala ko lang din, mamaya at 7 p.m. we have, live conversation with Architect Palafox. regarding sa, COVID, post-COVID effect niya sa mga architectural firm and sa ating pagdi-design. I-move na ba natin yung mga washing machine natin sa tabi ng main door natin? Ganun na ba? Meron na bang Yeah.
We have another question po from Miss Yasmin Macaro. Any stories po about mentorship?
What do you mean by mentorship ba? Yung any story about dun sa SPLE? Or what?
Yes,
SPLE, sa FLEA? SPLE kasi tawag namin dito Special Licensure Exam. Sa mga mag-exam ba? I'm not sure about dun sa any stories about the mentorship. But meron kami kasing group din dito ng parang UAPCA dyan, our aspirants na magte-take the number exam. Currently, right now, they are having Zoom lecture series. So meron din kami nangyayaring ganyan dito. But I'm not sure, hindi pa yata namin kayang i-public because there's a bylaws na kasama dyan na you need to be a part of the register, but it's for free. I mean, yung pagsaserve namin sa mga future architects dito sa Dubai, it's like give back scenario, like I will teach you now. Pag naging arkitekto ka, ikaw na yung magturo naman sa susunod na mga mag-exam. So ganun yung nangyari, and we've been doing that for 10 years na. So that's the reason why we produce almost 800 licensed architect here sa Dubai, because of giving back sa kanila. And I'm very proud na habang tumatagal, and lalo na sa COVID na to. And we were planning also to make it public because now we're virtually virtual mode na tayo. So our lecture series sa pagre-review, we can have it na rin sa inyo dyan. So we'll see.
So ayun po, I guess we're okay na po, sir.
Saan daw ang magpo-post ng mga Q&A with Architect Palafox po later? Just like this. Naka-FB live kami and YouTube live kami later on at 7 p.m. So, same scenario. Naka-StreamYard kami using
sa Facebook group natin yung link po. Para
I can share the link later. That's at 7 p.m. So magre-ready na rin kami ni Palafox ng 6:30. So we'll have an internal discussion muna kung ano yung gusto namin pag-usapan, and then feel free to join us, and then yun. And maraming salamat sa pakikinig nyo sa aming mga sa kadaldalan ko. Sana hindi kayo na reset sa boses ko.
Super thank you, sir.
Actually, hindi naman ako mahilig mag-FB live. Napilitan na lang tayo dahil sa nangyaring to Napilitan na lang ako mag-host ng mga UAP 124 live session namin almost every week. And ang hirap-hirap pala.
Pero
again, I would like to thank Architect Jocelyn, Dean Jocelyn Lutap, dahil we discussed this one regarding sharing this to you guys. So yeah, maraming salamat. And,
maraming salamat po, sir. Super thank you po. So
alright, so
ayun po.
How are we going to end this?
Few announcements lang po, sir.
Okay, so yeah, take it away.
So again po, in line with our part 2 of Online Blueprint Ohana, we would like to inform you that our voluntary cash donations will still be accepted through GCash and bank transfers po. So all details po are uploaded sa ating Facebook group, and all proceeds will be given to our recipient, the Animal Rescue PH. Then again po, for your attendance, kindly comment po dun sa post po namin sa Facebook group ng poster ni Architect Vasquez. Share, comment down po yung screenshot nyo po ng pag-enter nyo po dun sa live, then your email and your name. So again, This is Jubel Franz de Guzman from UAPGA Santa Mesa, Manila, and thank you so much for joining and participating. Thank you po.